4. Writing an Introduction. I'm writing an informational book about computers. I've already made a plan for my writing, and now I'm ready to start writing my introduction. An introduction is the very first part of your writing. Authors write introductions to hook the reader. I want people to be interested in my book. Authors also use introductions to tell the readers what they will learn by reading the book. That way, they can decide if it's the right book for them. My introduction will start with a hook. One way to hook a reader is to tell a surprising fact about your topic. Another way to hook the reader is to start by asking a question. I'm going to write my hook by using both. My book is all about computers. I'm going to hook the reader by asking, did you know that there are about 2 billion computers in the world? This surprising fact will make people interested to read my book. Next, I will introduce my topic. I need to think about why people should read my book and what they will be learning by reading it. I will write, you will probably use computers your whole life, so it is important to learn all about them. Read this book to learn about kinds of computers, parts of computers, and what computers can do. Now, my introduction is finished, and I'm ready to start writing facts about my topic. Check out episode 5 to see how I continue writing my draft. Informational Writing, episode 5, Writing a Draft. I'm writing an informational book about computers. This is my plan. I have already written an introduction, so now I'm ready to continue my draft. A draft is the first version of your writing. You can always go back later and make it even better. Informational writing should have facts. Facts are always true. Authors use headings to organize facts into sections. The heading tells what the section is all about. My first section is called Kinds of Computers. Now I will write some facts that tell about different kinds of computers. There are different types of computers. Some computers are laptops, other computers are desktops. Tablets are computers without keyboards. Now I will draw a picture to go with this section. Our pictures can help teach the reader information too. I told about laptops, desktops, and tablets, so that's what I'm going to draw. I will label my pictures to show the reader which is which. My next section is called Parts of Computers. Computers have a screen that you watch. Some computers have a mouse that you use to click on things. Some computers have a keyboard so you can type words. Now I will draw a picture to go with this section. I will draw a computer, and then I will label each part. I can also write a caption in the bottom to explain what the picture shows. Now, I will write about what computers do. You can use a computer to watch videos. You can also use a computer to play games. You can even use a computer to research. My picture will show these 3 activities. Wow, I've written my introduction and sections for each subtopic. To finish my draft, I need to write a closing. Check out episode 6, Informational Writing. Episode 6, Writing a Closing. I'm writing an informational book about computers. I wrote an introduction to introduce my topic. Then I wrote a section for each of my subtopics. Now I'm going to write a closing. We write closings to wrap up our book. We want the reader to know the book is over. One thing we can do in the closing is summarize. We remind the reader of what we taught them. Sometimes we also give the reader a next step. We can tell them how to find out even more information about our topic. Now I will write my closing. I'm going to summarize and then give a next step. There are many types of computers, and you can use them to do a lot of cool things. To learn more, check out these other books about computers. Now I'm finished with the 3 main parts of my draft. In episode 7, I'm going to make a table of contents to help the reader find information in my book. Check it out. Informational Writing, Episode 7, Making a Table of Contents. I've written an informational book all about computers. Now I'm going to make a table of contents. A table of contents is usually one of the first pages in an informational book. It lists each section of the book and tells which page it starts on. I'm reading this book about dogs, and I really only want to know about what dogs eat. The table of contents tells me to look on page 4. Here it is. Now I don't have to read the whole book to find the information that I'm looking for. Here are all of the pages I've written for my book. I've numbered them and put them in order, so now I can make my table of contents. I'll start with the introduction. Here's my table of contents. I will write the heading Introduction and then page 1. My next section is called Kinds of Computers. It's 2 pages, but it starts on page 2. I will add this section to my table of contents. Next, I have Parts of Computers. It starts on page 4. I will add this section to my table of contents. My next section is called What Computers Do. It starts on page 6. I will add this section to my table of contents. My last section is my closing, and it's on page 8. I'll add it to my table of contents, and I'm also going to add a glossary to the end of my book, so I'll put it on page 9. Check out episode 8 to see how I made a glossary for my book. Informational Writing, Episode 8, Making a Glossary. I've been writing an informational book all about computers. Now I'm going to make a glossary to help teach the reader important words about my topic. A glossary is usually at the end of an informational book. It's kind of like a dictionary. It lists all of the important words about the topic. Then it gives the definition or an explanation of what the word means. That way, the reader can learn new words and what they mean. First, I need to choose the keywords I want to include in my glossary. I'll look at each page and pick the most important words that are specific to my topic. Here's my first page about the different kinds of computers. It says, there are different types of computers. Some computers are laptops. Other computers are desktops. Tablets are computers without keyboards. The first word I'm going to pick is laptops. That's an important word, and some people might not know what it is. I will write the word on my glossary. Now I have to write a definition to explain what it is. A laptop is a small computer you can use on your lap. Now, let's look back at my writing. Desktop is also an important word to know. I will add desktop to my glossary and write the definition. Are there any more important words on this page? How about keyboard? I will add keyboard to my glossary and write a definition. The buttons on a computer with letters and numbers. I can keep going through each page of my book to find more important words to add. I could even add pictures of each to help teach my reader even more. That's it! My informational book is finished. Thanks for watching. Check out my other